Whomever you look at, everyone is glaring with sharp eyes. Is India losing its credibility? Why must we now think beyond manufacturing? Just imagine. Inside a grand auditorium, lights are glittering. On stage, the Indian flag is waving, and in front sit the world's top leaders. Every gaze is fixed on India. But this time, applause is missing. Only stern eyes are watching. Someone from America is raising questions. Someone from Europe is casting blame. And someone from the neighborhood is taunting. This scene is shocking because the SAM India, once respected for its moral strength and values, is now, despite its growing economy, standing in the dock of scrutiny. So, is India truly losing its credibility? And if yes, then where's the remedy? Today, we will dive deep into this very subject. But before that, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you receive every update of our latest videos first. So let's begin today's discussion without any delay. Let me tell you, the world is changing at a very rapid pace. In international relations today, there is no longer space for friendship or morality. Here, only power matters. And this power is not just military might, but also economic and technological strength. On the global level, negotiations have now turned into a form of blackmailing. A country remains your ally only as long as you have something unique to offer. If you don't, you can be made the scapegoat at any moment. Recently, America has demonstrated exactly this. The US increased tariffs on India. The reason given was that India was buying cheap oil from Russia. But the SAM US remained silent about China, even though China is buying far more oil from Russia than India. Why this contradiction? The reason is clear. India does not yet have a product or resource that the US or the world would fear disrupting, something that could be used as a weapon of blackmail. China, on the other hand, controls rare earth minerals and holds a tight grip over the global supply chain. But India is still primarily a services-driven nation. This is why experts keep emphasizing India cannot be satisfied with being just a service nation. It must become a product nation. That means India must create products that the whole world demands, products whose disruption or control could shake the global economy. That is the real strength. That is what can prevent India from being ignored. AICTE Chairman T.G. Sitaraman has clearly said that India must now move beyond being merely a service-providing economy. Innovation has to be promoted, and IP-driven solutions must be developed. In other words, India not only has to design products, but also secure patents on them and export them worldwide. For this, reforms are being introduced in the education sector. Research and development are being brought to the forefront of the higher education system. The principal scientific advisor to the Government of India, 𝐮𝐩𝐿, says that policymakers are now focusing on deep tech startups. His argument is, India is very good at designing. 1 out of every 5 semiconductor design engineers in the world is from India. Yet, India's contribution to global chip design is less than 10%. Why? Because most Indian engineers work according to the specifications given by foreign companies. India must design based on its own specifications and its own vision. Only then will true strength emerge. Sood further says, just manufacturing is not enough. This statement is extremely important. Manufacturing is necessary. But if you get stuck only in that, you will fall into the middle income trap. For example, in mobile phone assembly or chip manufacturing, the real profits lie in the stages before and after production, designing, patents, and marketing. If India does only manufacturing, then the profits will flow elsewhere. Now let's turn to history. A few decades ago, India's economy wasn't very big. But India had strong diplomatic credibility. India's voice resonated in the non-aligned movement. Standing firm on moral ideals earned India global respect. But today, when India is the world's 5th largest economy, the question arises, Have we lost that same diplomatic credibility? The US tariffs make this question even more serious. David Wu, an analyst at Bank of America, says tariffs were imposed on India to weaken Russia and build pressure to end the Ukraine war. The US knows that it is difficult to pressure China. So, India was made the easy target. In other words, India has become a pawn in someone else's politics. And that is the biggest danger. So now India faces a double challenge. On one hand, it must strengthen its foreign policy so that it doesn't become anyone's pawn. On the other, it must take its economic and technological strength to such a level that no one dares to ignore India. This is where the importance of education and research becomes even greater. India's strength lies in its young population. India has the largest youth population in the world. If these young minds are given the right direction and opportunities, they can create products that not only transform India, but also change the face of the entire world. But if this youth remains stuck only in the service sector, then India will always lag behind. India now has to create products that solve global problems. Climate change, poverty, health crisis, energy shortages. India can contribute to solutions for all of these. If India develops affordable, sustainable, and effective products, its credibility will automatically rise. The world will no longer see it only as a service provider, but as a country that delivers real solutions. The startup ecosystem could become India's weapon in this direction. In recent years, India has become a hub of unicorn companies. But most of these unicorns are service-based. What is needed are product-based unicorns, companies that patent innovations, become global brutsa, and give India true technological power. Foreign policy too has a major role in this. If India truly wants to become a product nation, it must revive its diplomatic credibility. For India's voice to be heard on the global stage, the country must demonstrate not just economic strength but also value-driven leadership. Opportunities for the youth, research in education, innovation in industries, and the government's foresight, these four pillars can transform India into a product nation. Only then will those glaring eyes turn away. Only then will the applause return. Only then will the world say, India has regained its credibility.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.